I've always had a hard time with willpower. Like I would start something and then I would get off of it and gain all my weight back. And out of the 6 months that I've been on this program, I've only had one fallback where I gained like 5 pounds, and then I was able to take it back off again because I kind of know learning the tools, like what I need to do.
So can you tell me how your life has changed since going plant-based?
It's changed a lot. I actually am liking the change. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. I think the first, I would say 3 weeks into the beginning of the program, it was very different. And I kind of like was missing certain things. Like my favorite thing is shrimp and steak. And that was like the hardest thing to kind of stop. Um, but I ended up speaking with Dr. Lim, and he did tell me that I didn't have to completely stop the meat. Like maybe I can start off with like a goal. And my goal was to only do the meat like 4 times a month. So I kind of started off with doing that, and that helped me to stay consistent with it. Where at least I was looking forward to kind of having it on those 4 times out of the month, and I would save it for like a day where me and my husband would go out to dinner. Then I would have it on that day. So that kind of helped me to stay on track with sticking with the plant-based throughout the rest of the time. But yeah, it's definitely helped a lot. I think one thing that really actually I feel like really helped me to lose a lot of weight and keep it off is getting rid of butter and oils, because I didn't realize how much butter and oil I used every single day in almost everything that I ate. So I feel like that, if anything, was probably the biggest change, but it's been the easiest one, I feel like, because I found so many different ways of cooking food, just adding water or the vegetable broth and like still sauteing my onions and peppers where I never would have thought of that, you know? And yeah, so I really am enjoying it. And I also I have my husband on board with me, like for dinner, whatever I cook for dinner, he's eating it. And then my daughter, that's 17, she actually is like, now when she eats a bagel in the morning, she doesn't put butter on it. She eats it plain and toasted. And like, so she's trying to like stay away from butter and oil as well. And like, yeah, so it's been good. And I'm really happy that that I found out about the program and that I was able to learn a lot from it.
It sounds like you've really made it work with your lifestyle, which is great. I mean, we don't teach all or nothing. You don't have to do it 100%. And it sounds like you found ways to make it work for you and get the results that you're looking for.
Definitely.
That's great. So can you tell me some of your favorite meals?
Some of my favorite meals is tacos. That's like my go-to. I like doing the tacos with tofu. I love doing tacos with chickpeas and black beans. So like those are my three things of my go-to. And I like making the pickled red onions. So I always make that, and I keep a jar of that inside my refrigerator so that anytime I'm eating like brown rice with my black beans, I always add a little bit of the pickled onions to it. So yeah, that's my go-to. Another thing is I would have to say put French fries in the oven. I like to take sweet potato and regular potatoes and just like slice them really, really thin, put them on parchment paper, and I season them a little bit. I use the Mrs. Dash, and I love having it with the organic ketchup. And that's like when I'm feeling like having something savory, that's my go-to, is having that. So I would say those are probably my two favorite meals, and then my go-tos are soups. I can't remember the name of the soup that I like, but it's the one with the cannelli beans and the kale that's in it, or chard, but I use kale in it. So that's like my go-to soup that I'm always making and I always add a little bit of potatoes to it. So
Great.
those
Your favorites are my favorites.
yeah, those are like my favorites, I would have to say, for sure.
That's great. Well, you look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there anything that you'd like to share before we sign off?
I just want to thank you guys for helping me to be able to find the tools and ways to be consistent, because I've always had a hard time with willpower. Like I would start something and then I would get off of it and gain all my weight back. And out of the 6 months that I've been on this program, I've only had one fallback where I gained like 5 pounds, and then I was able to take it back off again because I kind of know learning the tools, like what I need to do. And it's more of a lifestyle change instead of a diet, which is what I always used to go to. So I just want to thank you guys for always being available and always having those every other Thursday meetings where if you want to jump on and ask a question, or if you just want to like listen to what people have to say and you're not actually asking questions, it just helps to help you stay on track. So I just really appreciate that. And I appreciate you and your dad and your whole team and stuff. It's really helped me to stay on something so long term, and then also at the same time help my family as well, I guess. So
That's
thank
great.
you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. You've got everything out of the program that we hope for. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to share with me.